Another incident of brutal violence against women in India as a 30-year-old American woman was gang raped near a popular tourist destination, according to police. It is Tuesday, June 4th. This is Lunch Break. I'm Wendy Bounds. Here with the story is WSJ reporter Pratika Rana. She is in our New Delhi bureau. Pratika, thank you so much for staying late and talking to us about this. Where exactly did this incident occur and what were the circumstances behind it?
This incident happened early this morning in Manali, which is a popular tourist destination in the north of India. And police officials say that a 30-year-old American tourist was offered a lift back to her hotel, which is in the northwestern part of the town, by three men who allegedly raped her and dumped her along a highway in the town. And she was found by patrolmen later that night. And it was only at about 4:30 this morning that police officials registered a case of rape and kidnapping against three men who are currently absconding.
Pratika, what do you know so far about the condition of this young woman, and have there been any arrests made yet in this case?
No arrests have been made so far. Police this evening detained a few men who they suspected of committing the crime, but they've been set off free after the woman couldn't identify them as the attackers. The woman was hospitalized and a medical report did confirm rape, but she isn't critical. She's conscious, and she has been in touch with officials at the US Embassy in New Delhi, and she's not critically injured. That's what we know as far as the police officials are telling us.
Okay. Now, concerns obviously over women's safety have been escalating in India, in particular after this savage rape and then ultimate death of a student on a bus last December. There have been other incidents against other tourists, British, I believe Swiss as well. Tell us about what has happened since then.
It's a watershed moment for India, really, after the gang rape in December, which sparked nationwide outrage. We saw a 39-year-old Swiss tourist filing a gang rape complaint in another popular tourist destination in the central state of Madhya Pradesh. Just a few weeks after, a British tourist complained that the owner of the hotel where she was staying was trying to harass her, and she had to actually jump out of the hotel window to save herself. So really, I mean, it's a reflection of, these incidents cast serious doubts on India's ability to handle cases of sexual assaults, particularly in the wake of the gang rape in December. And
yes, and I also know that to that point that you're making right there, that the U.S. as well as I believe British, the UK have issued warnings specifically to women, cautioning them not to travel alone in India. And Pratika, from your sort of reporting and just knowledge being on the ground, now we're looking right there at the U.S. travel advisory for people traveling to India. From your point of view on the ground there, can you feel a definitive shift or decline in the number of tourists coming into India at this point?
Certainly. I mean, the question that tourists are really asking is India really safe? And we've seen a drastic slump in numbers as far as tourism is concerned. There was a recent survey which said that tourism has dropped at least 35% compared to what it was last year. And this is particularly coming from female travelers. They're all scared to travel to India. Countries like the US and the UK have issued travel advisories saying that, India is not safe. And even if you do travel, wear adequate clothing or don't talk to strangers and, exercise caution. whenever you do go out or whoever you speak to. So there is definitely concern, as far as the tourism industry goes, and it's really showing in the numbers. They've come down drastically.
All right, Pratika, one last very quick question. I know that in Mumbai there have been a proposal, at least, to ban mannequins displaying lingerie and other skimpy clothing. Do you see efforts like that being taken in other parts of India, and are they quite controversial?
Yes, I mean, you have Indian politicians on one hand who say that skimpy clothing or the influence of Bollywood or Hollywood movies is what's promoting sexual assaults. I mean, women activists or, experts in general are not convinced by that argument. I mean, that's what politicians are giving to sort of as a reason, I mean, as a justification to why rapes are happening, but that's really not convincing. I mean, activists feel that, just taking off mannequins or banning movies which are considered too daring for Indian audiences or that do have sexually explicit content will not solve the problem. It's really a problem of mindset out here.
All right, Pratika Rana, she is in the Wall Street Journal's bureau in New Delhi. Thank you so much for joining us so late from where you are in this part of the world. We'll continue to follow this story on WSJ.com. Thank you, Pratika.